Good morning, Mets fans, and welcome to a Tuesday edition of Drivin with Mr. Met. It is our first episode of December. Today is, what the hell day is today? December the 2nd, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. We'll go with that. Actually, it's December the 3rd. So anyway, it is Tuesday, December the 3rd. I am Mr. Met, and on today's show, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that have developed over the last few days. With regards to trade rumors and potential trade partners for the Mets. One of them being Josh Hader. I want to weigh in on that rumored trade, and I also want to talk a little bit about a couple of non-tender candidates that I think were interesting over the last few days. Not exactly Mets related, but perhaps someone or something that could help the Mets in 2020. I would have been back yesterday to record a video, but we had a little snow event / really non-event. Kids were off of school anyway for Thanksgiving break, and I ended up working from home yesterday and didn't record a video because I wasn't in the car. So, but I'm back now, and I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Talking about a couple of the things I've been reading over the last few days. The first one I want to get to is something that was sort of building up some steam yesterday, and it was this notion that the Milwaukee Brewers are going to be trading Josh Hader. And, of course, the Mets name got thrown into the ring as a potential trade partner for the Brewers, and the names bandied around moving in this trade. Mark Vientos seems to be one of the lesser prospects in the Mets system, although he's a good prospect. He's not one of the top ones. But Vientos seems to be the name of the prospect's name. Edwin Diaz has been mentioned, and then, of course, either Dom Smith or J.D. Davis. I honestly, and it looked like maybe Ryan Braun would be included in this trade. And look, the bottom line for me, as far as I'm concerned, this is a no for me. I don't want any part of this trade. I do not, as I said last week, I just don't like the idea of breaking up this core. I know it might not be the ideal fit with all the pieces together, but I just feel like there's something special there with the chemistry these guys have, and I would not be trading that away if I could avoid it. And that's just the bottom line. And look, as far as the bullpen arms go, I know that Josh Hader has been really, really good. But look, so was Edwin Diaz, and then he came to the Mets, and we all know what happened. So let's not get all giddy and crazy about picking up a guy who's been an all-star, who, by the way, last year regressed a little bit and seems to be on pace to regress. I just would not touch this trade. I would not make this trade. I would not want Josh Hader coming into New York. I just feel like it would end badly. And look, the Mets already have their fixer-upper case in Edwin Diaz. There's no reason to bring on another team's, and I don't want to say damaged goods because Hader's not damaged goods, but Diaz now is, right? There's no question about that. Diaz is damaged goods. But the Mets have that already, and they have a problem to fix with that. And I just don't see moving him to any team. You've got to figure out how to correct him and get him right. So I'm saying no to the the Hader trade. I just don't like it. A couple of some DFA news and non-tender news, rather, has come out over the last few days. Yesterday, the Phillies announced that they are parting with Mike Franco, which I found to be interesting, mainly because he batted like .950 against the Mets last year with 36 home runs. So it seemed, at least, like every time he was coming up to bat, a trash can lid was banging and he was hitting home runs. I'm kidding. Franco did not cheat against the Mets. He just wasn't very good against anybody else. That was the problem. So he's been non-tendered by the Phillies. Interesting name for the Mets to perhaps keep an eye on, only because he does play third base. He would likely take a minor league assignment, or minor league contract rather, to join the team, and he's just an interesting option to have off the bench. As a potential to fill in for McNeil / Lowry / whoever the third baseman is going to be. So Franco was an interesting case. I'd keep an eye on him. But more realistically, assuming the Mets do not pull the trigger on this trade for Starling Marte, which, by the way, I'm starting to warm to a little bit more than I was last week when I first heard about it. I don't know, I'm maybe embracing it a little bit more than I did before, but if the Mets cannot pull the trigger on this Marte trade, I think that it's very likely the Mets end up signing Kevin Pillar, who was non-tendered by the Giants yesterday. Kevin Pillar, who we all know and love from the various clips that we've seen of him on SportsCenter when he was playing for the Blue Jays. The dude is a phenom in center field. He can absolutely play the position about as well as anybody in the game. His problem is that he just doesn't make enough contributions on the offensive side of the ball of the game to warrant his glove and his price tag. Now, as a fourth or fifth outfielder, potentially as a late inning defensive replacement, maybe Kevin Pillar would be perfect for the Mets. I really expect if the Mets can't pull the trigger on the Marte deal, that they're going to end up bringing Pillar in. So those are the couple of names I wanted to chat about real briefly there, as far as non-tender guys to keep an eye out for the Mets. And that's going to wrap it up for today. Yes, a short video. It's been a while since I was able to do a short one. But I think I'll be available this week to do more of these. So I'll keep this one short today, and we'll pick a new topic for tomorrow. So until then, I thank you for watching. I appreciate it, as I usually do. If you're not already doing so, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.